Let's be real. Most people want to change their life. They want to be more focused, healthier, more confident, more successful, but they keep waiting for the perfect moment. They think they need to wake up one day and feel ready, or that one big decision, one big goal, will suddenly change everything. But let me tell you the truth. It never works like that. Real change doesn't come in explosions. It comes quietly. It starts in the small. This episode is not just about Atomic Habits, the book. It's about what those habits really mean when you live them, when you feel like giving up, when you don't see the result yet, when your life is hard, and all you have is 5 minutes of energy, but you choose to use it for something good. James Clear wrote that habits are the compound interest of self-improvement. Think about that. Compound interest. It means small things you do every day start to grow over time, like a drop of water hitting a rock. Nothing happens on day 1, or 2, or 10. But if you keep going, the rock starts to shape, and so do you. Let me ask you, what if just drinking 1 glass of water every morning could be the beginning of your healthy life? What if writing 1 sentence a day could be the start of a book that changes someone's world? What if walking 5 minutes today could turn into a marathon one day? It's not the size of the action, it's the pattern, it's the system. That's what most people miss. They chase goals, but they don't build systems. A goal is like saying, I want to be fit, but a system is saying, every morning, I walk for 10 minutes. That's where change begins, not in the dream, but in the routine. Now, I want you to think about your identity, because here's the real power of habits. They change how you see yourself. You're not just someone who tries to wake up early. You become the kind of person who values their morning. You're not someone who wants to read more. You become a reader. Habits don't just shape your actions, they shape your identity. And when you change your identity, even a little, your life starts to follow. But here's the truth. It's not always easy. Some days you won't feel like doing it. Some days you'll mess up, and that's okay, because perfection is not the goal. Consistency is. James Clear says, you do not rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems. So if your system is broken, your life feels stuck. But if your system is simple, easy, and kind to yourself, you grow, slowly, steadily, powerfully. So how do we start? Start small. Really small. 1 push-up, 1 paragraph, 1 deep breath. Make it so easy you can't say no, and then repeat it every day, same time, same space, same you. That's where habits are born. Repetition. Next, make it visible. Put your book on the bed. Put your shoes at the door. Put your journal on your pillow. Your brain needs reminders, not because you're weak, but because you're human. And reward yourself, not with food or money, but with pride. Smile when you complete your habit. Say to yourself, I'm proud I showed up. That small celebration tells your brain, let's do it again. Also, never miss twice. Life happens. You'll skip a day, but don't skip 2. 1 day off is life. 2 days off is a pattern. Be kind to yourself, but be responsible to. And maybe the most important thing I can tell you today, you are already changing. If you're listening to this right now, that means you care. That means the seed of growth is already inside you. But seeds don't grow unless you water them daily. That's what Atomic Habits do. They water the part of you that wants to grow, not the part of you that wants to stay the same. You don't need to become someone else. You just need to return to the version of you that believes, the version of you that doesn't wait for motivation, but creates it. 1 action, 1 habit, 1 small step at a time. So, if you take anything from this episode, let it be this. You don't need to do everything, just 1 thing, but do it today. Do it even when it's boring. Do it even when it's small, because the life you want is hidden inside the habits you do daily. The dream you have, it's not far. It's just on the other side of consistency. You want to build confidence? Start by keeping 1 promise to yourself. You want to be respected? Start by respecting your own time. You want to feel free? Start by letting go of perfection and choosing progress. Your future is not waiting. It's being built by the tiny decisions you make today. So start now. Start small, but start. Because your habits are not just what you do. They're who you become. Imagine this. You're sitting in a quiet park. The sun's warm on your face. There's a soft breeze and you hear birds chirping nearby. But instead of soaking in that beauty, your mind's racing thinking about that argument you had last week, or the bills piling up, or what you're going to say in that meeting next month. Sound familiar? Most of us live like this, trapped in a cycle of overthinking the past or future, missing the magic of what's happening right now. The power of now is about breaking free from that cycle. It's about realizing that the past is gone, it's just a memory, a story you keep replaying. The future, it's not here yet, and no amount of worrying will control it. The only thing you have is this moment, and when you start living in it fully, it's like waking up to a life you didn't even realize you were missing. So why does this matter? Because living in the present saves you from the weight of carrying yesterday's mistakes and tomorrow's fears. It's like putting down a heavy backpack you've been lugging around for years. When you focus on the now, you start to notice things like the way your coffee tastes in the morning, the sound of your kids' laughter, or even the feeling of your breath moving through you. These little moments, they're not just small, they're everything. They're where life happens. And when you train your mind to stay here, you're not just surviving anymore, you're thriving. You're not just going through the motions, you're alive in a way that fills your heart. Let's get real for a second. I know what you're thinking. Sure, sounds nice, but how do I actually do this? Life's messy, I've got problems, and my mind's always racing. I hear you. Living in the present isn't about ignoring your problems or pretending everything's perfect. It's about changing how you relate to those problems. It's about choosing to focus on what you can control in this moment. Let me share a simple idea that's helped me, and it's something you can try today. It's called the pause and notice trick. When you're feeling overwhelmed, just stop for a second. Take a deep breath and notice 5 things around. You may be the color of the wall, the sound of a car passing by, the feeling of your feet on the ground. It's like hitting a reset button for your mind. It pulls you back to the now, and suddenly, those big worries don't feel so big anymore. Another powerful way to live in the present is through gratitude. I know, you've heard this before, but stick with me. Gratitude isn't just about saying I'm thankful and moving on. It's about feeling it deep in your bones. Try this right now. Think of one thing in this moment that you're grateful for. Maybe it's the fact that you're here, listening to this, taking a step to improve your life. Maybe it's the warmth of your phone in your hand, or the fact that you've got a roof over your head. When you focus on what's good right now, it's like turning up the brightness on your life. You start to see that even in tough times, there's something beautiful in the present moment, and that beauty, it's what keeps you grounded. Let's talk about why we struggle to stay present. A big reason is that we're addicted to control. We think if we replay the past enough, we can fix it, or if we plan the future perfectly, we'll avoid pain. But here's the truth. You can't change what's already happened, and you can't predict what's coming. Trying to control everything is like trying to hold water in your hands, it just slips through. Living in the now is about letting go of that need to control and trusting that this moment is enough. It's about saying, right now, I'm okay. Right now, I can handle this. And when you do that, you start to feel free from guilt, free from anxiety, free to just be. Here's an interesting idea to chew on. Living in the present makes you a better version of yourself. Think about it. When you're fully here, you listen better. You're not half checked out when your friend's talking to you, or distracted when you're working on something important. You show up fully, and that changes everything. Your relationships get stronger because people can feel when you're really there with them. Your work gets better because you're focused, not scattered. Even your self-esteem grows because you're not beating yourself up over past mistakes or worrying about future failures. You're just you, in this moment, doing your best. And that's enough. Now, let's talk about something deeper. How living in the now connects you to something bigger than yourself. When you're present, you start to feel this sense of connection to the world, to other people, maybe even to something spiritual if that's your thing. It's like you're part of this big, beautiful dance of life. You're not just watching it, you're in it. There's this story I heard about a monk who was asked how he stays so calm in the middle of chaos. He said, I don't try to escape the chaos. I just become the eye of the storm. That's what living in the present does. It makes you the calm center, no matter what's swirling around you. So how do you make this a habit? Start small. You don't need to meditate for hours or move to a mountain to find peace. Try this. Set a reminder on your phone 3 times a day that says be here now. When it pops up, take 30,